right, Matt. Looking like we're going to have fights coming back May the 30th, pending a May 27th Nevada State Athletic Commission meeting. But hey, it's looking pretty good. We've got Gilbert Burns, the ever-dangerous Burns, on a 5-fight win streak, taking on former champion Tyron Woodley in the main event. But kicking off the prelims, we have a really interesting fight at 135 pounds between Vince Morales and Chris Gutierrez. And Matt, this is a really interesting one because for Chris Gutierrez, winning ways, kind of grinds himself into the UFC, gets a win at LFA 52 over Ray Rodriguez, a name that a lot of people might be familiar with on the US regional scene, and kicks off a pretty decent run so far in the UFC. But his opponent, Vince Morales, a much more interesting path to get there. He was 7-1 going into his Contender Series appointment against Domingo Pilarte. So 7-1, 7 finishes. He was absolutely lighting the world on fire. Loses by second round submission to Domingo Pilarte. Then his next fight, he grinds it out in Bellator, taking on a 3-4 Justin Hugo. Gets a win there, then gets the call up to the UFC. And who does he take on? Oh, Song Yadong, who's absolutely on fire right now. Loses that one by decision, beats Faraz Zahabi's brother, Ayman Zahabi, by decision. And then in his last fight, a really tough one against Gabriel Benitez in a fight that all 3 judges scored at 29-28, giving Morales one of the rounds, but really statistically a very close fight. But Vince Morales, you're playing with fire when you fight this guy. And for Factory X's Chris Gutierrez, a very tough matchup. This is a really good one.
It is a really good fight, and not to rag on either guy, but I don't think we're going to be seeing Vince Morales or Chris Gutierrez in the top 15 anytime soon, but I do think this could make for an extremely exciting fight, because Gutierrez, far more technical on the feet out of the two. He's going to come in there, he's got really nice boxing, but he does have that pretty good wrestling, so kind of uses it in the way that Justin Gaethje does. He's not going to go out and blast double legs constantly. It's a lot of stuff to take down, get on top, try to land some ground and pound, or light you up on the feet. Vince Morales' record is a little deceiving because he is 9-4, but when you actually go back and look at the guys who he's fought, he's never fought anyone with more than 10 fights. The only guy we had was 10-3 at the time, and then Song Yadong, of course, who also lost a decision in his last fight. But I think Chris Gutierrez is going to have the advantage in this fight. I think he's the bigger guy. I think he's the more powerful guy. And I think he's got the advantage in most of the rounds of MMA.
And I mean, if you look at Chris Gutierrez, his first draw was a really tough one, and former RFA champ, Raoni Barcelo. So a really tough one there. Since then, getting a win over Ryan McDonald. And then in his last fight, taking a tough one against Geraldo de Freitas, getting the win by split decision. If you look over at the odds, Chris Gutierrez is a slight favorite. It's kind of weird. He's a minus 145 favorite. Vince Morales coming in around a plus 120 underdog. Over on Tapology, out of 336 votes, you get 87% of fans picking Gutierrez to win, 90% predicting a decision. I could see it going that way. If Morales is going to get the win, probably has to be by finish, but it's tough to finish Chris Gutierrez.
It definitely is, and I'm going to pitch side with those odds. I think Gutierrez is going to get done by a decision, and I do think this is going to be a really exciting fight tonight.
Should be a really good one. I mean, you want to get people excited. You want to get the people in their couches, in their seats excited. So make sure you check it out. The rest of our predictions for this card, Woodley and Burns, 5 minutes at the top of the card, 2 minutes for the rest of the main card and the prelims. And as we always like to say, Matt, with Fight Night picks, let's get into it.